Alrighty. We are live. We are live. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. Welcome, 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 welcome. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Good morning, comrades. Hold on, let me blast off. Oh, that's a picture. What's up, fellow dirtbag leftists? I'm live on YouTube right now. People are rolling in. Say hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. We're going to be talking about the 24 concentration camps that are being built across this nation in warehouses that are strategically placed right next to Amazon warehouses. Ain't that something? We're going to be talking about Trump, his recent fucking interview in the Oval Office where he's just talking about how the Epstein files is not a big deal and everybody needs to move on from it. Yeah, we got a lot to talk about, so make sure you're there, all right? I'm live, and I'm live right now. Hi, everybody. I wanna feel something real. Hi, everybody. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain, please. Thank you very much. Again, no notification for the live today. I don't know what to tell you. I'm just a dissident of the regime, and dissidents get punished. That's the name of the game. Good morning, dirtbags. How long have we been streaming? Only like 2 minutes. Only like 2 minutes, you know. You know how it is. Do not tell me a goddamn thing about the episode of Fallout. I gotta watch that later. Big one today? I already beat you. I already have a big one today. I might use some of these. I probably will not. I have spent the past hour sitting here putting stuff together. Oh, let's see what we got. Morning, Chris Valentussi Dakitussi for Feb 4th. Hope you're ready to get angry at fascism. Absolutely. Tensions heating up with Iran. Yeah, we're just manufacturing consent for another bombing. Let's see. Fascism tries to march forward. Yeah, we know that. The Russian-U.S. nuclear arms deal expires today. Well, that's not very good. What do we got here? What do we got? Did you just go live? Yeah, I've only been live for 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Hour we spent all night, bro. I'll get a look at it, guys, but listen, I have stuff that I want to cover, and the stuff that I want to cover is very important. This is very important shit. Luigi, stop. ISIS building more concentration camps. I already got that. I'm good to go on that. Matt, yeah, I guarantee you have the same map that I have. Let's see. Yeah, I have this map. I have that map. Thank you for the $10. Warning from the Australian decline of the U.S. It's illegal to criticize is not real here. Penalty of 7 years minimum, 15 years maximum in prison. Yeah, well, that makes sense. Israel controls most of the planet. So, and criticizing them is simply fucking illegal. DHS is demanding tech companies data about Trump critics. Let me see that. Administrative subpoenas, what do they want? Homeland Security sought the identity of an anonymous Instagram account called Montoco Watch. Its goal is to share resources to help protect immigrant rights and due process across Montgomery County and Pennsylvania. That's fucked. Thank you for the gifted memberships. Thank you for the $10. Appreciate that. Much love from the land down under. All right. Utah detention. Oh, that's my video. I already covered that. I'll get that pulled up, though, just to show people that I've been screaming bloody murder about What's up, guys? It's me, Mario. Fuck, dude. I forgot I did this on fucking Halloween, dude. What's up, guys? It's me, Mario. And Bowser is building a concentration camp for homeless Goombas in Utah. King Koopa is building a fucking concentration camp to take homeless people in Utah and force them to do slave labor because we have gotten rid of the migrant workforce. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to keep that one queued up. That's just fucking goated. Killing babies in an email link to file. Let's see it. Hi, Rich. Jeffrey is asking if you can FedEx the painting he had made of the Massacre of the Innocents on the ranch. It's a large 9x9 canvas that we had rolled out for him to see in the entryway where they are killing babies. Wants to use it on the ranch, is hoping you can FedEx it to... Jeez, what the fuck, dude? This is the painting they're talking about? Luigi, go to bed! Human cloning? All right. I am back. I met Simon Black in Lithuania. Let's reschedule a call. I can discuss any questions or concerns you may have. Oh, wait. So it goes bottom up. My bad. Next steps. I'm happy to hop on another call, or I could take a trip to meet you in person. Attached is the document you requested. It's the use of funds spreadsheet for the designer baby and human cloning company. What? What? Hi, Shag. What? What? I'm sorry. What? Okay. What's this one? Should we build a mind reader? It would use de-encryption, new understandings of the brain too. Can we involve the New York ACAD of Sciences in one of our projects? I think it would be good for you as well as them. Let's do a project on tissue regeneration cloning. What the fuck is going on, dude? Are we like... Wait, am I not real? Am I not real? Have not heard from you. Going into my April 4th too busy phase, giving 4 talks on the topics for the next week or so, including the Milken Global Conference, then trying to respond to Obamacare and its needs. CMS notified us that we and what other group unnamed were responsible for saving CMS 41% of all their savings in the demonstration project. They had chosen the top 30 groups in the country. Most were large hospital systems. I need some fun. I'm getting it today. A 1-day respite. Where are you? Any cloning updates? Dude, what the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on? Luigi, go to bed! Sorry. Yeah, the new short versions of the core technical problem is a high mosaicism because of their technique, meaning the low percentage of cells in the body that have the modifications. Thank you for the $10. And the Stoners of California, keep on doing the fantastic work you're doing. Also, I'm sorry, did you just say mind reading? I am. I am. Dude, I've been telling you guys that, like, on these secret billionaire islands, they're, like, verbatim doing, like, gene modification shit. And, I think it goes further. I think they're just making clones. Straight up clones. Is Luigi down to just one more restricted moving week? Yes, dude. Friday. On Friday, I will be able to take away the pen so that she can finally walk around a little bit more. I let her out now every day for half an hour so that she can walk around, and, you know, it's physical therapy. She's got to work her legs a little bit and get used to using them. But on Friday, I can remove the pen, but she has to sleep in the crate still. She still has to sleep in the crate. But we're getting there. We're getting there. Fucking Nelson sending me pictures of the beach. You fucking piece of shit. Oh, I seen this video. Model Gabriela Rico Jimenez after attending an elite party. She disappeared forever after this night and was never seen again. Keep that one queued up.
You would prefer the human race to endure, right?
Oh yeah, I remember this one. I remember this one. Yep, lunch with Peter Thiel on Sunday. All right. Was your workout? Killer. Fucking killer. Do you want me to try to do her or just torture her? Oh my god, bro. From Jeffrey Epstein. Instead of a torture photo, maybe a portrait of me instead. Presentation of Trumpville? Oh my god. One, both sides need to feel no hope to win. Two, they need to be exhausted. Three, graduality, dynamic change over time. Four, declare a ceasefire, though it will be broken many times. Five, face savings for both sides. Bodies buried, both sides. Saudis, what does it mean to win? So this has got to be about Israel, right? It's got to be about Israel and Palestine. The tunnel building. $1,200 square feet. All right. I'm going to skip the rest of this. Oh, I did see that video. Actually, I do want that one. Mitch McConnell's in the hospital. Oh, expected to make a full recovery. God damn it. Just go. Just fucking go. Nazi banking account casual in the open. Nearly 900 Nazi-linked accounts discovered a credit squeeze. Yeah, Trump met Melania through Jeffrey Epstein. We'll get that queued up. All right. I think we got plenty of stuff for today. Good work. Good work, gang. Good work. All right. Let me go check on Luigi, and then we're going to align these links, and then we're going to make a fucking video. I'm going to give you this in the meantime.
Hey there, you! Yeah, yeah!
Of himself and the German people, and he puts the Dolchstoss myth to paper, where he pins all of the blame on the Jews and the bankers and the politicians and the liberals and the Marxists, anybody but himself, the soldier, the men who fought and lost the war. This chaos started to run throughout Germany. Hitler and his cronies decided that they would hide their fascist, racist, xenophobic beliefs under the guise of socialism. None of the Nazis' beliefs were socialist, but the people wanted socialism. So they decided to hide beneath it in order to increase their popularity, riding this wave of the Dolchstoss myth. All of this happened in the course of 60 years. The Germans had created an empire, they had lost an empire, they had created a republic, and they had lost a republic. The question of, will our next generation be better? And I'm back. Malenti says, Chris, I did the math with Gemini. If 1,400 people immigrated to the USA and from Europe in 1948, there's an estimate there could be about 6,000 to 8,000 direct descendants walking around the USA today. Immigrated to the USA from Europe at night. You think only 1,400 people immigrated to the US in 1948? Matt, are you a fucking idiot? Are you a fucking idiot? You think less than 1,500 people immigrated to the United States of America in 1948? That's a math of birth rate? Matt, you're a fucking idiot. You're a fucking idiot. There's no shot you think less than 1,500 people came to the US from the entire continent of Europe. There's no shot you're that stupid. There's no fucking shot. You can't be that stupid. Matt, I'm ignoring that. That's the dumbest thing you've ever fucking said to me. And you've said a lot of dumb shit to me. Lot of dumb shit. No idiot. The 1,400 Nazis. What? I'm stupid? You fucking said, let's reread it. I did the math with Gemini. If 1,400 people immigrated to the USA from Europe in the 1940s, in 1948, it's an estimate that there could be 6,000 to 8,000. Why did you say 1,400 people from Europe instead of 1,400 Nazis? I'm a fucking idiot? Holy shit. Holy fucking shit. Holy fucking shit. He did say Nazis. No, he said people immigrated from Europe and then put Nazis in fucking parentheses. And you used a fucking clanker. And you used a fucking clanker to do your work for you. Unbelievable. Unfucking believe. Yeah, that's my older brother. I'm allowed to yell at him like that. Dummy. You fucking dumb bastard. You dumb fuck. Alright, we got a lot to talk about, and I mean so much to talk about. Fuck, dude. I don't even know how I'm supposed to split this. Do you see how many fucking tabs I have queued up? Do you see how many fucking tabs I have queued up? Yo, by the way, I am so much more locked in than all of you. I am so locked in, bro. I'm talking I wake up, I slam a packet of sodium and magnesium, and I'm in the fucking gym before the crunch is out of my eyes. I am locked the fuck in. Locked in. Way more than me, for real. Yeah, but Shag, you don't really need to lock in that much, all right? You don't really need to lock in that much. I've seen, you know, you're fine. You're fine. Too many tabs? Yeah, that's the name of Pearl's stream. Babes, we've been doing that for 5 years. Fuck off, Randy. No, you haven't. You know you fucking haven't. Don't you fucking lie to me. Don't you fucking lie to me like that. Fucking liar. Think about $20. How's it been, Valenti? How are the feds in the chat doing? It's getting sketchy in Florida right now with ICE. Yeah, no, hi, feds. I know there's got to be a few of you. Thank you for the $20. Thank you for the $20. I appreciate that. Ew, feds in the chat? Of course. What do I think of Sweden? Nuke it. I would pay you to roast me. You should do a service. Shut the fuck up, Becca. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. We need a day in the life video. Oh my God, I should do a day in the life video. It'll be the most boring shit you ever did see in your life. So I wake up and I'm naked, and immediately I poop, and after my poop I weigh myself, and then I come out and I talk to Luigi, and I give Luigi breakfast, and I give Beans breakfast, and then I go to the gym, and then I come back and I go live, and then I have a protein shake, and then I play video games, and then I read, and then I watch The Walking Dead, and then I make dinner, and then I go to sleep, and I rinse and repeat. Oh, I forgot the shower. There's a shower somewhere in there. The rest is Xbox, jerking off, lifting weights, and... Oh yeah, I forgot the 42 bong rips a day. That's somewhere in there. At what point do clothes happen? Whole thing's naked. Whole fucking thing is naked. All right. Oh, and I feed the animals. Chris, Italian or Sicilian? Italian. Naples. Oh, we got thummies here. What thummies do you got for me? You made thummies. Yep. That's one. That'll probably definitely be one. Oh, look at the bovine fascist. Oh, you put the little bovine down there. Human cloning. That's another one. All right. Can I add the photo to the chat to prove you wrong? Which photo? What? Oh, of like you like fucking ripped this shit going to the gym every day? I don't give a fuck, dude. I don't need to hear that shit, dude. I'm doing what I'm doing. Fuck. Chris, you need to update your thummy clippy. My thummy clippy? What do you mean? Do you mean like pictures of me for the thummies? Is that what you're talking about? Somebody in my leftist group chat says, can I get in trouble for this video? If you gotta ask, it's usually a yes.
I do not think that... Listen, I know that we've been talking a lot about ICE agents in particular.
This is Alexis Rose, friend of mine. You guys should follow her too.
However, I am an equal opportunity hater, and today we are going to be talking about UCLA. You see, I have a personal axe to grind with UCLA.
You just lost your hardcore world, dude? Oh, eat shit.
They rejected me from a doctoral program this year because of my advocacy for Palestine. Do I have definitive proof of that? No, but I applied with a 3.98 GPA and a letter of rec from a sitting congressman. Made it through all of the rounds of interviews, and then got rejected at the very last minute, the same week that they launched their anti-Semitism task force. The math is not mathing. Anyway, UCLA is back in the news this week because one of their tenured professors is...
Watching while I work, so I'm a bit behind, but I appreciate all you do. Thank you desperately for keeping my MAGA grandmother trying to... Thank you, man. Thank you for the $10, Trippy. I appreciate that.
Talking to Epstein about how to get babies to more vigorously suck on pacifiers. Go ahead and pause to read my chickens.
Oh, that's disgusting. Oh, that's disgusting. This file is talking about how if you play audio files of the baby's mother's voice, then they suck more vigorously. Yeah, day ruined. Day ruined. Oh, dude. Oh, dude. Oh, dude.
This is Mark Jude Tramo, PhD, MD in the Department of Neurology at UCLA. Ooh, jump scare. There's Mark. And before anyone goes asking, yes, he still currently works there.
The guy still works at UCLA. This is like a PhD. Epstein is emailing this guy who's got like a doctorate to get the science behind that, and the guy still fucking works there, bro. Oh, God. Her name is Alexis Rose, but oh, God. Oh, God.
at UC.
That's so fucked up. That's so fucked up. I don't even have the words. I don't even have the words. Oh, my Lord. All right. We're going to make a long motherfucking video today. Today's going to be a long video. We're just going to make one. Here we go. Oh, my God, Luigi. Don't you fucking start right now. Luigi! Go to bed! I can't have her doing this right now. All right. Let's just start recording. Fuck it. So Donald Trump is going to rig the midterm elections. They're making it abundantly clear. He keeps on saying it over and over and over again. ICE will be at the voting pools armed to the fucking teeth, and they'll most likely be detaining any and all brown people to prevent them from voting. I'm not kidding. Steve Bannon said this directly. I have so much shit to talk about today. Trump just being a fucking piece of shit in the Oval Office, just being sexist as fuck, talking about how everybody needs to move on from the Epstein files. Caroline Levitt saying Trump cares about the United States Constitution. However, and my dad used to say, everything you say before the word but doesn't mean shit. What else do we got? In the Epstein files, we have stuff of, I'm not even kidding, like cloning. They were working on trying to clone babies and shit. I'm not kidding. This is directly from the from the DOJ's release. We have Republican senators saying that we should get rid of voting machines entirely. Trump just straight up says that he doesn't think states are capable of running elections, local elections, that the federal government should be doing it. We talked about this yesterday with nationalizing the vote. We have videos of, models who run out of these buildings claiming that they're eating humans in there, and then the model goes and disappears, never to be seen again. A whole bunch of Epstein file stuff about like torture and just the most disgusting stuff. Turns out there was a tunnel system beneath Little St. James Island. That's the pedophile island. We've got kindergarten teachers calling up ICE to report their 4-year-old kindergarten student that they want deported. It is now confirmed that Donald Trump met Melania through Jeffrey Epstein. That's because Melania is a Mossad agent. I don't know if you guys know this, but Melania is actually a foreign agent embedded in the United States, and she climbed her way all the way to the top. We're going to be rewatching a video of mine from October, from Halloween, where I told you that they're building concentration camps. I've been telling you for fucking months. And just so much other shit. We have a lot to talk about. Before we do, hi, how are you? I'm Chris Valenti. Welcome to the Valenti VOD. This is real independent media. I've never had a conversation with an advertiser or a sponsor or a billionaire or a government or a PAC or any of that shit. So I don't really make too much money on this channel. What that means is that it is up to you, the viewer, to help this grassroots funded media operation. And if you want to help me out financially, there's a couple of ways you could do it. You can buy merch like the posters or the Constitusi mugs or the hoodies. That's located down below. You can click the thanks button down below to tip me directly. You can click the join button down below to become a member for $5, and you can become a patron on Patreon. Big shouts out to everybody who has ever donated a single dollar to this channel. You guys make it possible for me to have a job that I love and to amplify your fucking voices. Other than that, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. That can help counteract the YouTube algorithm. I'm a dissident of the Fuhrer. I'm a dissident of the regime, and because of that, I am disproportionately punished on this app. My notification bell rarely fucking works. I'm very rarely put in your feed. You're gonna have to actually counteract that algorithm if you want to see my content. But I think that it's time for us to just dive right the fuck in, yeah? Let's do it. So, first thing I want to show you, the complex concentration camps that ICE is building across the entire United States. They got contracts for, I think, 24 of them. ICE begins building concentration camps across the United States of America. Plans for such concentration camps in nearly 24 communities have sparked protests over suitability and proximity to homes and schools. And we have a little map here, warehouses identified by ICE to convert into immigration detention facilities. Now, it is important to note that they are using warehouses for this. Now, the reason why they're using warehouses is because the laws are completely fucking different on what you can do to a prisoner inside of a warehouse versus what you can do to them inside of an actual legal detention facility, right? So we all know what they're going to do here. They're going to rape and murder these people. That's what they're going to do. On top of that, if you think that these concentration camps are designed solely for migrants, you're fucking retarded. This is for people like me. This is for people like you. This is for legal migrants. This is for anybody and everybody who does not meet the qualifications of a true American, as according to the Jewish Nazi Stephen fucking Miller. Okay, that's the point that we're at. So this is a $45 billion immigration detention build out. The planned 9,500 beds in Hutchins, Texas could fit the daily average jail population of all of Dallas County, with thousands of beds to spare. Oh my God, they even have one of these in fucking New York. Jesus Christ. So these facilities are designed to hold between like 5,000 and 20,000 people in each one. So like in Texas, they got a 9,500 person bed, 8,500 in Georgia, 8,500 in El Paso. It's concentration camps. We have reached the point where the United States government is genuinely building concentration camps to throw any and all dissidents of the regime, any and all brown people, any and all LGBTQ people. You need to understand, if you are not loyal to the Fuhrer, they want to kill you. They want to send you to a concentration camp and fucking kill you. And if you disagree with me, you're naive, and you'll probably still disagree with me when you're in the back of the truck on your way to the fucking camp, calling me a fucking fearmonger. I've been screaming bloody murder about this shit since, oh, what is that? That's me. I've been screaming bloody murder about this shit since fucking Halloween of 2024. Of 2025. Check this out. What's up, guys? It's me, Mario, and Bowser is building a concentration camp for homeless Goombas in Utah. King Koopa is building a fucking concentration camp to take homeless people in Utah and force them to do slave labor, because we have gotten rid of the migrant workforce. And so I've been screaming bloody murder about this for a long time. Every leftist in your life has always been correct. It is time for you to start putting a little bit more respect on the name of leftists, because all we're really doing is a little bit of historical analysis combined with reading the climate of the current political sphere and going, well, where did this lead historically? And how will this happen in today's climate, right? The same way that we talked about how they're building gas chambers in Indiana, right? And, you know, first thought, you're thinking of piling as many people as you can into a room where they have the shower heads that let out the gas, handing them soap on their way in so that they're calmer as they go in, right? Well, that's how the Germans did it. That's not how we're doing it. We're using nitrogen hypoxia. We're going to be lining people up in these rooms, giving them masks, and the masks will then asphyxiate them to death. So it's a modern version of it. But the point I'm trying to make is, history might not repeat itself, but it certainly fucking rhymes, right? And if you look at what we did in the past, then you can predict what we will do in the future. I want to move on to this here. Trump regime is withdrawing 700 federal agents from Minnesota. I do believe we actually have Tom Homan talking about this, but the public pressure is starting to work. The ICE Gestapo Nazis are so wildly hated, and they hate themselves too. I mean, a lot of these guys are in constant therapy, and, you know, they're on the verge of suicide. Fuck yeah. Their families are disowning them. Their wives are leaving them. Their communities fucking hate them. And this is all good. We do not want a single ICE agent to have a moment of peace for the rest of their miserable fucking existences. If I had my way, they would literally go through eternal suffering for the end of time. I'm talking fucking eternity, all right? We have this clip. Trump scolds CNN's Caitlin Collins for not smiling.
I don't think I've ever seen you smile. I've known you for 10 years. I don't think I've ever seen a smile on your face.
I'm asking you about survivors of Jeffrey Epstein.
You know why you're not smiling? Because you know you're not telling the truth.
Bro, you know what's funny about Trump is he really always lashes out when you bring up Epstein. And that's exactly like, that's like what happens. Like, dude, if you're like cheating on your girlfriend and she's like, hey, were you cheating on me with Stephanie? You go, what the fuck is the matter with you? You fucking bitch. I never see you happy. Like, bro, this is the most clear, like, admission of guilt I've ever fucking seen in my life.
Elon Musk. On the Epstein files, you talked about Democrats who were in there. Elon Musk was also in there, and so was your Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick and correspondence that he had with him. Did you read those new files that were published by the Department of Justice?
I didn't. I have a lot of things I'm doing, a lot of things I'm doing. I don't know. You mentioned 2 names. I'm sure they're fine. I'm sure they're fine.
I'm sure they're fine, brother. They're in the fucking Epstein files. We got Elon Musk literally fucking on his knees begging Jeffrey Epstein to let him come to Pedophile Island at 6 a.m. on Christmas morning in 2012, going, girls for the win, like a fucking dork.
Major headlines.
A lot of women who are survivors of Epstein's are unhappy with those redactions that came out. Some of them, entire witness interviews are totally blacked out. Do you think that they should be more transparent?
The fact that they thought they released too much. You know, I heard that.
The fuck are you
talking
about?
Tell me something else. No. But I think it's time now for the country to maybe get onto something else.
What would you say to people who feel like they haven't gotten?
Oh, it's time for the country to move on to something else? You want us to just move on from the fact that you and the rest of the Epstein class are a bunch of billionaire, pedophile, fucking rapist cannibals? That you've been raping, murdering, torturing, and eating babies? You just want us to ignore that? And what'd you say, to move on to something else like healthcare? Hey, cocksucker, you fucking got rid of the ACA subsidies. Hey, cocksucker, you quite literally do not have a healthcare plan. Your plan is to let us fucking die so that we don't have to take money from the social safety nets. You're such a fucking piece of shit. You guys saw that piece of apple come flying out? That was crazy. Sorry about that.
Justice, Mr. President.
Something that people care about. Yeah, what did you say? Go ahead.
What would you say to the survivors who feel like they've
You are the worst reporter. No wonder CNN has no ratings because of people like you.
See, when he lashes out like this, that means he got his back to a fucking wall like a rabid animal, just cornered, just going, "Arr, arr, arr!" He has no fucking way out of this.
She's a young woman. I don't think I've ever seen you smile. I've known you for 10 years. I don't think I've ever seen a smile on your face.
I'm asking you about survivors of Jeffrey Epstein.
You know why you're not smiling? Because you know you're not telling the truth. And you're a very dishonest organization, and they should be ashamed of you. Okay, go ahead.
Survivors of a sexual abuser.
Healthcare.
Dude, I really like how Caitlin Collins is willing to stand up to this fat bastard. She's one of the few people who are in this room who actually has a set of balls. And to every male reporter, I hope you know that Caitlin Collins, a woman, has a bigger fucking pair of balls than you do. Because you're all just soft. You're all fucking pussies. You ask him these layup questions that stroke his fucking ego. It's pathetic. All right, moving on to some Iran stuff. So, I've been saying for a long time that we're going to bomb Iran again. If you disagree with me, you're wrong and stupid. I think we're going to bomb Iran before fucking Valentine's Day. And I think that everything you're seeing is manufacturing consent for it. Speaking of, if you haven't seen my recent video about manufacturing consent in America, you should check it out. You'll learn a lot from it. But in the United States of America, we can't just do military operations without manufacturing consent from the people. And manufacturing consent, it takes a long time. If you think about it, the way that we were doing it with the Venezuelans, right? I think about for a full year and a half, maybe even 2 years, we manufactured consent for the invasion of Venezuela and the capture, the kidnapping of President Maduro. We're doing the exact same thing with Iran. So like it starts off with, look at how evil these people are with this bullshit Mossad CIA propaganda about these Iranian protests that have led to 60,000 dead. Bullshit, straight up Mossad propaganda. I'm not buying that for a fucking second. That's Israeli Hasbara. Then step 2 is, oh, look at how aggressive they are. They just sent a Shahed drone aggressively towards the USS Lincoln. Oh no. Third step is going to be, look, they just tried to attack us. And then it's going to be a dead American. And then eventually we're just going to bomb the fuck out of them. This is how you do it. This is how you get people on board for it. Anyway. The U.S. told Iran on Wednesday that it will not agree to Tehran's demands to change the location and format of talks planned for Friday. So if we do not want to change the location, that's probably because we already have bombs ready to drop on that location, probably ready to go. Keir Starmer is resigning. Breaking news. No fucking shot. No fucking shot. Multiple sources report that Keir Starmer is expected to resign as Prime Minister of the UK within the next few hours. Brother, are you in the Epstein files? Brother, are you in the fucking Epstein files, Keir? Why else would you be jumping ship right now? Why else would you be jumping ship right now? I'm calling it now. That cocksucker has done some fucked up shit on Little St. James. He's done some fucked up shit. Calling it now. Anyway, back to where we were. All right. why it matters. A standoff could block the diplomatic path and convince President Trump to opt for military action. You don't need to convince Trump to bomb Israel. You don't need to convince Trump to bomb Iran. Israel already can dictate that. They can force him to. Do not forget that Israel has video evidence of Donald Trump fucking, raping, torturing, and eating children, okay? He will never, ever, ever say no to a single one of Israel's fucking demands. Never in a million fucking years will he do that. The U.S. and Iran have agreed to meet on Friday in Istanbul with other Middle Eastern countries participating as observers. But the Iranians said on Tuesday that they wanted to move the talks to Oman and hold them in a bilateral format in order to ensure that they focused only on nuclear issues and not other matters like missiles that are priorities for the U.S. and other countries in the region. U.S. officials considered their request to change the location but decided on Wednesday to reject it. Friction point, quote, "We told them that it is this or nothing, and they said, okay, then nothing," a senior U.S. official said. That's all I need to know. We're going to bomb Iran probably in the next 72 hours. That's all I need to know. We told them it's this or nothing, and they said, okay, nothing. Yeah, no, we're actually going to bomb Iran in the next 72 fucking hours. All right, now I've got a bunch of different footage for you together. The first thing I want to show you is Mike Johnson just being a biblical cunt, a straight biblical level of a cunt. Get a look at this.
Pope Leo has cited Matthew 25:35 to critique Donald Trump's mass deportation agenda. How would you respond to Pope Leo in Scripture?
So you want me to give you a theological dissertation? All right, I'll tell you what, I'll post it on my website later today, but let me give you a quick summary. Borders and walls
This fucking guy has a website?
are biblical.
Who the fuck is looking at that website?
From the Old Testament to the New, God has allowed us to set up our civil societies and have separate nations. Immigration is not something that's frowned upon in Scripture. In fact, it's welcome. We're to welcome the sojourner and love our neighbor as ourselves. But what's also important in the Bible is that assimilation is expected and anticipated and proper. When someone comes in
Doesn't say that in the Bible anywhere, you dumb fuck.
into your country, comes into your nation, they do not have the right to change its laws or to change its society. They're expected to assimilate. We haven't had a lot of that going on. When people cite passages out of the Old Testament, they say, well, you're supposed to take care of the sojourner and the neighbor, treat them as yourself, welcome them in. Yes, but that is an admonition to individuals, not to the civil authorities. The civil authorities are given authority under Scripture to maintain order.
This fucking guy is jumping through hoops right now to say Jesus says it's okay for me to deport a 5-year-old girl.
Romans 12, you want to do this? Romans 13 says that the civil authorities are God's agents of wrath to bring punishment upon the wrongdoer. And it says if you do right, you have no fear of the civil authorities, but...
Hey, by the way, this is why I say all the time, religion is the most dangerous thing humanity has ever fucking created. I know a lot of you in here are probably religious, and I need you to understand I do think less of you because of that. And that's just a reality. I think that anybody who is actually religious is a fucking fool.
Those civil authorities are necessary. It's a calling. It's a calling to maintain order in society, and we have not had that. When Biden and Harris opened the borders wide for 4 years, we had as many as 20 million illegals come across the country, and we all know many dangerous people, hardened criminals, child molesters, rapists, murderers, all the rest, terrorists who came into the country. We did not take care of our borders. Sovereign borders are biblical and good and right, and they're just, because it's not because we hate the people on the outside, it's because we love the people on the inside. We should love our neighbor as ourselves, as individuals, but as a civil authority and the government has to maintain the law. And that is biblical, and it's right, and it's just, and I'm happy to have this lengthy debate with anybody any time they want to, and I'll post on my X page the longer dissertation on that for you today, okay? Thank y'all so much.
We got more here for you. Hold on. All right, so this is very important. You're about to listen to Steve Bannon. Why can't I pause?
You're damn.
All right. You're about to listen to Steve Bannon, one of the chief architects of the Trump White House. Also the man who is so closely intertwined with Jeffrey Epstein that he had a secret 3-hour-long interview that he did with him that is now being released. Steve Bannon is going to tell you to your fucking face that the masked paramilitary Nazis who have been executing Americans in the street, they are going to be standing at the voting booth during the midterm elections. And during the 2028 election, which isn't really going to happen. But you are going to be intimidated, and if you are brown, they are going to prevent you from voting by arresting you when you try to vote and claiming you're an illegal immigrant.
You're damn right. We're going to have ICE surround the polls come November. We're not going to sit here and allow you to steal the country again. And you can whine and cry and throw your toys out of the pram all you want, but we will never again allow an election to be stolen. You're damn right. We're going to have...
Listen to this again.
You're damn right. We're going to have ICE surround the polls come November. We're not...
They're going to have ICE surround the polls. If you think it's going to be a free and fair election, you're a fucking idiot. You need to wake up. You need to bite the fucking bullet and smell the fucking roses. You are up against a fascist dictatorship, and you think they're going to allow you to vote? Are you fucking stupid? Are you a fucking idiot? I'm serious, dude. If any of you think that it's going to be a free and fair election, you are so dumb, dude. They are doing everything in their power to ensure that you, the voter, never has power ever fucking again. And not just about like your Senate pick, not just about the president, but even your local elections. They're talking about doing this for your small little bumfuck town of 600 people. They want complete and total control. They want the abolition of states' rights. One government to rule them all. The Burger Reich. The fat fucking fascist, the orange troglodyte sitting in the Oval Office, shitting his fucking pants and eating Big Macs for dinner every fucking night. That piece of shit wants to dictate every single decision you make. That is reality. And if you can't accept that reality, then you're gonna fucking lose. All right, we got more.
Yeah, what did you say? Go ahead.
What would you say to the survivors?
This is Trump with Caitlyn. We just watched that.
And as
All right, so here's Tom Homan saying that he's going to withdraw 700 Nazis from Minnesota.
And as a result of the need for less law enforcement officers to do this work.
Dude, you can't fucking speak. You can't fucking speak. You mentally fucking retarded, bald piece of shit. You sound like you're fucking chewing on marbles every time you fucking speak. What is wrong with this fucking man?
And as a result of the need for less law enforcement officers to do this work.
And as a result of less officers to do this work. Like, bro, learn to fucking speak. Learn how to speak this fucking language.
In a safer environment.
And you're a raging alcoholic. I'm willing to bet money you beat the fuck out of your wife.
Enforcement officers to do this work. In a safer environment.
What did you just say?
In a safer environment.
In a safer environment. In a safer environment.
I have announced effective immediately. We will draw down 700 people effective today. 700 law enforcement personnel.
ICE is not law enforcement. They are a terrorist organization. But at least 700 of them are being waned out. And also, just so you know, they're doing that out of fear. They're doing that out of pure fucking fear. Now we're going to watch a little cuck boy, Mike Johnson, this fucking Keebler elf, talking about nationalizing the elections again because he's a baby back bitch for Donald.
On elections, the president says that he wants Republicans to nationalize elections. Do you agree with him? And do you have confidence in how elections are conducted right now, heading into the midterm?
We have thoughtful debate about our election system every election cycle and sometimes in between. We know it's in our system. The states have been in charge of administering their elections. What you're hearing from the president is his frustration about the lack of some of the blue states, frankly, of enforcing these things and making sure that they are free and fair elections. We need constant improvement on that front. I don't know what the ultimate solution is going to be. I'm not going to get ahead of the negotiations here, but I think that is something that's going to be a continuing theme here. It's something that will...
I'm not kidding. I think this has to be... Oh my God, look how fucking feminine he looks in that shot. I think this has to be the most estrogen-filled man in the United States of America. This has to be the most pathetic, servile dog bitch I've ever laid eyes on, by far. You know, like, there's a lot of good boys for Donald Trump. This is the best boy.
Continue to push, and we hope the governors will insist upon that same thing as well. In some of the states, like in California, for example, I mean, they hold the elections open for weeks after Election Day. That's just one thing that bothers so many people. We had 3 House Republican candidates who were ahead on Election Day. In the last election cycle. And every time a new tranche of ballots came in, they just magically whittled away until they're...
It's not magic, you dumb fuck. You just were winning in the moment before more votes had to be counted.
Were lost. And no series of ballots that were counted after Election Day were our candidates ahead on any of those counts.
So what they want is they want to say, and remember, I remember when they did this in 2020, there were people chanting "Stop the vote" and there were people chanting "Count the ballots" in different parts of the nation. There is no through line here. They don't give a fuck. If Republicans are winning, they say stop the count. If Republicans are losing, they say keep on counting the vote. They don't give a fuck about anything other than victory, okay? And this is why the Democrats always fucking lose, because the Democrats have no spine, they have no pushback, they have no fucking balls, and they never play by the same goddamn rules as these fascist fucking dogs. Look at his rosy ass fucking cheeks.
Looks on its face to be fraudulent. Can I prove that? No, because it
No, you can't! You can't prove it's a fraudulent election!
So far upstream, but we need more confidence in the American people in the election system, and it's essential, and everybody, no matter what party you're in, should agree with that. The mass mailing of paper ballots or mail-in ballots and all the other irregularities that have haunted us over the last
mail-in ballots are irregularities, bro. That's like how half the fucking that's how the entire United States military votes, by the way. Mail-in ballots. What do you think? You think some fucking soldier stationed in Okinawa is making his way home so that he could vote on election day? No, it's a mail-in ballot, you stupid fuck.
Couple cycles, we need to tighten that up. Now, the red states have done a lot of good work in that front, but it's the blue states that I'm frankly concerned about. So,
of course it is. Democrat states, if they might be Democrat states, we got to make sure that they can't vote properly.
We'll see how the law is modified and what's changed, but I hope we can get consensus.
Chatter says, I'm a Trump supporter. No, you're a pedophile protector. That's what you are, you inferior fucking dog. Genuinely inferior. We got another clip from Donald in the shitty Oval Office.
Today we heard that the Clintons set deposition dates to testify before the House Oversight Committee. Any reaction to that and related to the Epstein?
I think it's a shame, to be honest. I always liked him. Her, yeah. She's a very capable woman.
I always liked him. We know you liked Bill, bro. You sucked his cock to completion.
She was better in debating than some of the other people, I will tell you that. She was smart woman. I hate to see it in many ways. I hate to see it. But, then I look at me. They went after me like, they wanted me to go to jail for the rest of my life. Then it turned out I was innocent, very innocent. I had a friend that said, a very smart friend, he's a very wealthy man, knows the life, streetwise guy. He said, you have to be the most honest person anywhere in the world because...
Oh my God. Yo, if anyone out there actually believes that Donald Trump is honest, let alone the most honest person in the world, you should be thrown in a fucking gulag and used as slave labor.
There's never been anybody who's been examined up and down. I have hundreds of thousands of pages of documents, millions of pages. With all of that, they found absolutely nothing wrong.
The fuck are you talking about, dude? You are more implicated than anyone. Your name actually appears in the Epstein files more than Harry Potter's name appears in the entirety of all 7 books. That's not a joke. Your name appears more in the Epstein files than Jesus Christ's name appears in the fucking Bible. I'm not kidding. These aren't things I'm making up. These are actual real statistics.
Remember his tax returns, they fought for years and years. And then the Supreme Court, I was surprised, they ruled I had to give my tax returns. I'm the only one that had to ever do that.
What? Every fucking president of the United States has been obligated to show their tax returns to make sure they're not a fucking criminal, which you are. You're a 34 times convicted fucking felon. You're a child rapist. You're a fucking cannibal. You're a sex trafficker. And you're a morbidly obese orange fucking Nazi with a nussy that I could yank down and play like the electric fucking guitar. You fat-bodied fascist fuck. Decay faster.
But I had to give my tax returns. I gave my tax returns. They hired the best accounting firms in the world. They found nothing.
Jesus Christ, he's literally a pathological liar. Now we got this cocksucker on Fox News just telling you straight up that ICE needs to be wearing masks, they do not need judicial warrants, and anybody who says they do is a fucking terrorist. That's what Fox News, or I'm sorry, what is this, Wake Up America? Same fucking bullshit. Any Republican is a goddamn dog now. They're just fucking good boys for Donald.
Some of these things are non-starters. Having judicial warrants, to me, that's a non-starter.
Having judicial warrants is a non-starter. That's how it has worked. Okay, so the law is a non-starter. So just following the law is a non-starter for you?
Being able to make them take off their mask, putting them at risk, that's a...
You mean federal agents having to give us their identity? So the law. I like how the party of law and order is finally embracing that they never give a fuck about anything other than victory. You don't care about law and order. You don't care about justice. You care about winning.
Non-starter. So I would say anything that's going to somehow hamstring the work of ICE, the work of our federal agents, that's just not going to go anywhere. So it's going to be important for us to understand, and the president is committed to keeping ICE doing what they're doing as far as their work is concerned. They have an incredible mission. They're risking their lives every day, and we're not going to be willing to be a part of some petty political games that Chuck Schumer wants to play in the process.
It's not Chuck Schumer who wants to play those games, bro. Chuck the cuck ain't doing diddly shit. What it is, it's us, the American people, who demand to know the identities of the terrorists. There are terrorists, masked Nazi terrorists, patrolling the United States of America like a fucking slave patrol, rounding up brown people and then executing U.S. citizens in the fucking street. It's not about Chuck Schumer. It's about the 370 million Americans who have dictated that ICE has gone too far. I understand about 20% of the population is mentally retarded, and they will always advocate for whatever the fuck you ask them. You could literally ask them anything. Hey, do you think we should blow up the moon? About 20% of Americans will say yes. That's because we have a failing education system, and half of them are fucking lead poisoned. The goddamn fucking boomers. All right. Get a look at Caroline No Lip Levitt, the blonde cunt within the White House, telling us that the President of the United States cares about the Constitution. Except, and as my daddy used to say, anything before the word but don't mean shit.
Referring to.
But to be clear, he does believe the state should oversee elections.
The president believes in the United States Constitution. However,
put that on your fucking headstone. The President of the United States believes in the United States Constitution. However, put that on that dirty fucking cunt's headstone.
He believes there has obviously been a lot of fraud and irregularities that have taken place in American elections. And again, voter ID is a highly popular and common sense policy that the president wants to pursue, and he wants to pass legislation to make that happen for all states across the country.
And Kelly, just to follow up on
It's such bullshit, bro. Undocumented immigrants quite literally cannot vote in the United States of America. There have been 9 cases of voter fraud since the year 2000. It is not real. And that's not my number. That's from the fucking Heritage Foundation. The Heritage Foundation, who created Project 2025 with Russ Vaughn. The fucking Heritage Foundation did a deep dive into this, and they could only find 9 provable cases of voter fraud in the past fucking 26 years. Oh, okay, so this is regarding Putin. All right, so long story short, there was a temporary ceasefire, and then Putin violated that ceasefire. He bombed the ever-loving fuck out of Kyiv. I think it was the most bombs that they've dropped on Kyiv since. And Trump immediately comes to Putin's defense saying, well, technically the ceasefire was from Sunday to Sunday, and he attacked right in the early morning on Monday, which means it's okay. Because Donald Trump is a baby back bitch for Putin. What do you think, Putin doesn't have the same videos of Trump fucking children? Because he does.
On Ukraine, Mr. President, yesterday you were talking about how Vladimir Putin had agreed to a pause during the cold weather. Overnight, those attacks have started up again. Apparently, the worst.
It was Sunday to Sunday, and it opened up, and he hit him hard last night. No, he agreed. He kept his word on that. It was.
Oh, he kept his word? Oh, he kept his word, even though we violated the fucking ceasefire? Dude, this guy does not give a shit about anything.
You know, 1 week is, we'll take anything because it's really, really cold over there. But it was on Sunday, and he went from Sunday to Sunday.
Are you disappointed he didn't go further or go longer?
I would like to, I want him to end the war.
I thought you said you would end the war on day 1, Donnie. I thought you said you would end the war on day 1.
I want him to end the war.
Fucking gelatinous, fat-bodied motherfucker.
What did you mean when you said that you should nationalize elections? And which 15 states are you talking about?
I want to see elections be honest. And if a state can't run an election, I think the people behind me should do something about it. Because, you know, if you think about it, a state is an agent for the federal government in elections. I don't know why the federal...
No, it fucking isn't. Bro, it's in Article 1 of the Constitution that local elections are up to state. It's up to state law. The federal government has no fucking say in this shit, dude. You're just a fascist, and you want the federal government to control fucking everything because you're the tip of the spear in the federal government.
The federal government doesn't do them anyway. But when you see some of these states about how horribly they run their elections.
He literally is only talking about places that he lost. If he lost in that state, he believes they're incapable of running the election because in his mind, he cannot lose.
A disgrace it is. I think the federal government, when you see crooked elections, and we had plenty of them, and by the way, we had them last time, but go to 2020 and look at the facts that are coming out.
There are no facts coming out. That election was not rigged whatsoever. You went to court 80 fucking times and lost every single time, you cock-sucking fucking goblin.
Rigged, crooked elections. If we have areas, take a look at Detroit, take a look at Pennsylvania, take a look at Philadelphia. You go take a look at Atlanta. Look at some of the places that horrible corruption on elections. And the federal government should not allow that. The federal government should get involved. These are agents of the federal government to count the votes. If they can't count the votes legally and honestly, then somebody else should take over.
The Constitution says it should be states that administer
Go ahead.
elections, Mr. President.
Yeah,
That's what the Constitution
you know what?
says.
They can administer the election, but they have to do it honestly.
Yeah, when he says they have to do it honestly, he means, but they have to let me win. That's what he means. If you don't let me win, you're not being honest and you are going to prison. That's what he's saying. That is actually what he is fucking saying.
Democrats who were in there. Elon Musk was also in there, and so was your Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick.
Oh, we already watched this too.
That he had with him.
Months ago, you had in your office here Peter Mandelson, the British ambassador. You were shaking hands with him over a trade deal. He's today been forced to resign from the House of Lords, the upper house of the British Parliament, over his links to Jeffrey Epstein. Just wondered if you had any reaction to that, since obviously he was.
I didn't know about it, but I really don't know too much about it. I know who he is. It's too bad. It's too bad. You know, speaking of Epstein, I will say this: a reporter named Wolf.
Michael Wolff, that's the Lisan al-Gaib. Michael Wolff was embedded with Jeffrey Epstein so that he could gather all of this intelligence and spill the beans. That's where a lot of this stuff is coming from.
And Epstein conspired. This just came out yesterday in the millions of pages of documents, how crazy this is. Conspired against me in order to fight like hell to make sure I lose the election. That's the only thing that was mentioned about me.
That's not true whatsoever. Epstein and Mike and Steve Bannon did everything they could to get you in the Oval Office because you are compromised. And that's the reality of it. And then you had Jeffrey Epstein assassinated, if he's even fucking dead, which I still don't believe. You had him assassinated because the four ringleaders of the sex trafficking operation were Jean-Luc Brunel, mysteriously died by hanging in his cell, Jeffrey Epstein, mysteriously died by hanging in his cell, John Casablancas, mysteriously died of a heart attack, and you. And you now sit at the top, the President of the United States, the leader of the free world. So you got rid of the last piece of evidence, or at least you thought you fucking did, because you never clocked the fact that every single thing you did on Epstein Island was recorded. Every single room had a fucking camera in it. Every interaction you had with Epstein was put into a fucking file, because that motherfucker was Mossad. That motherfucker was an agent of Israel, embedded in this nation, gathering blackmail on the elite, the same way that he was in every other fucking nation. His job was to gather blackmail so that a nation the size of fucking New Jersey, dog shit ass genocidal fucking Israel, could have play on the world stage. You never thought about how a nation the size of New Jersey is capable of dictating the United States of America? It's because they deal in blackmail. Do this or else. That's how Israel makes their fucking deals.
Now, about Democrats, some really bad stuff. But about me, that Wolf, whoever Wolf is, he wrote a book, a couple of books.
You know who Michael Wolff is, you cocksucker.
And Epstein conspired against me. Did you know that, Mr. Senator?
I did know that.
They conspired against me, so I
read
lose
it.
the
I didn't
election.
know it before the-
Or worse.
Before it was reported to me.
So that takes care of Epstein as far as Trump is concerned. But you got a lot of Democrats out there that are...
Is that your theory, or was he really Mossad? No, Jeffrey Epstein was actually Mossad. He was in constant communication with Ehud Barak, the former prime minister of Israel. He had actual Mossad agents staying in his New York dungeon. This is real. He worked for Mossad. He worked for the CIA. He worked for the FSB. All Epstein was a blackmail operation. He would sell that blackmail to the highest fucking bidder. He didn't give a shit.
very much involved with Epstein. But I'll be honest with you, you got to get back to running the country, too. Millions and millions every week. You know, when Epstein was alive, nobody cared about him. When he's dead, they care about him. But it's really a Democrat problem. It's not a Republican, it's a Democrat problem.
It's not a Republican or a Democrat problem. It's a billionaire problem. It's the wealthy. It's the elite. It's all of you. It doesn't matter whether you're Democrat or Republican. I don't give a fuck if you're Donald Trump or Bill Clinton. I want both of you thrown in fucking prison, dude. You're both child rapists.
The only problem Republicans have is that we have to get back to, number one, running our country, and then number two, very importantly, letting the public know what a great job we're doing.
You're doing a terrible fucking job. You're the worst president in American history.
We have the greatest economy.
We have the worst economy of the past 40 fucking years.
In the history of the world.
Not true whatsoever, you pathological, fat-bodied fucking liar covering your blue fucking hands because your body is decaying.
We have $18 trillion being
No, you don't. You never got $18 trillion. If you believe that, you're a fucking retard.
spent. The record was $3 trillion many years ago, not by us, by another country. I won't say the country. Yeah, please.
Did you read those new files, Mr. President?
Unfucking believable.
Press that very hard. And the other thing, we are not, well, we are with you. I think everybody's with you. It's a sanctuary for criminals. That's who it is. They could make our lives so much easier. All they have to do is hand over their criminals, hand over people that came into our country illegally that are murderers, that came out of jails, that came out of mental institutions, that are drug dealers. I can't believe in Minnesota that they want to have murderers walking all over the streets. I just don't believe it. Maybe somebody says it's good politics. I don't think it's good politics. I think it's really bad. The other thing we can't lose sight of is you probably have in Minnesota, and it's worse in some places like California, $19 billion in fraud.
Again, not true.
And we're going to find out. You know, we're very deep into that investigation, but we're not going to forget that. A lot of people think that a lot of this nonsense that's going on is to try and, hide what's going on with respect to the fraud. They have at least $19 billion. You know, you're hearing 9. Now I'm hearing it's 19, and it's probably much more. So it's they talk about incompetence. I think it's not incompetence. I think it's just pure fraud. These are dishonest people. They're bad people. I think they hate our country, and we're going to get to the bottom of it. But don't let this hide the fact that you have tremendous fraud. And, if we find the fraud in this country, you'll have a balanced budget without...
Bro, you fucking pardon people for committing fraud. One of the fucking people he pardoned committed for massive amounts of fraud. He was pardoned and released, committed fraud again, was arrested again, and was then pardoned again by Donald. Bro, you don't give a fuck about fraud. You don't give a fuck about corruption. You're the most corrupt man who's ever been in the Oval Office. You're actually the most corrupt U.S. politician in American history. Bar none. There has never been a more corrupt politician. You put fucking Dick Cheney and George Bush to shame. You put Henry Kissinger to shame. You are the most corrupt man in the history of the United States of America. You put $300 million from the fucking Venezuelan oil tanker that we seized into your own private bank account in Qatar. And and speaking of Qatar, you got like a fucking $200 million private jet for it. Dude, you're such a fucking fraudster, a criminal, a rapist, a pedophile. You are the actual fucking scum of this fucking planet. You are the embodiment of cruelty and evil and fascism. Fuck you.
Not even cutting anything. You'll literally have a balanced budget. Yeah, please.
Dude, he's such a fucking cocksucker. I hate him so fucking much, dude. Oh, and here's Lindsey Graham fucking dancing like a jester, trying to make sure he still has power in the next fucking regime.
It's the most ridiculous idea. They do have some good ideas, I think. But I've got a better idea. It's your idea. In sanctuary cities.
What a cuck.
On immigration,
You're a
I know
cuck.
what I'm talking about. I've got the scars to
by the
prove
way, this is a closeted homosexual. This is a gay man. And he's a bottom, too. He takes it up the fucking ass.
Y'all are playing like Biden didn't exist. Y'all won't tell the American people about Lake and Riley. It's a one-sided debate. For 4 years, our border was obliterated. They let them come in by the tens of millions, and they want to go back that way. We're not going. So, Mr. President, stick to your guns. If you got reforms that make ICE better, more professional, talk to me. but you should embrace what I'm suggesting. As long as 12 states have sanctuary policy, they'll keep coming. Unfortunately, you won't be president forever. These magnets of illegal immigration have to go.
He just said, unfortunately, you won't be president forever. I actually think that's treason. I think that you should be thrown in fucking prison for even saying that out loud. Genuinely. You're an elected official, bro. You're an elected official, and you're talking about having a king for life. Dude, you're such... This is why I say, like, if you do not hate all conservatives, shut the fuck up. You're useless to this fucking movement. You need to actually vehemently despise all conservatives. You could really like somebody and get to talking with them, and then as soon as they tell you they're a conservative, you should spit in their fucking face. That's the way that we should be treating them. They need to be ostracized. They need to be bullied. They need to be harassed. They need to know that they are not one of us.
Are you open to negotiating on warrants when it comes to ICE? This is an ask from Senator Schumer. Requiring search warrants for ICE and immigration officials.
I haven't even thought of it. I'm not thinking about search warrants. Yeah.
Oh, no search warrants. Oh, okay, great.
Lindsey Graham is going to answer that.
No, makes no sense. If we have to get a search warrant to get 15 million people out, Schumer's telling me he doesn't want them out. It's the most...
Dude, it's just the law. It's just the law, dude.
Did not get elected. It was all bogus. And then, of course, President Trump wants same-day voting, mail ballots, get rid of these voting machines. There's a half a dozen people, whether it's the House or Senate, Larry, that are up here as we speak, that did not get elected. It was all bogus because we've seen the evidence, and if we
There's zero evidence.
don't straighten that out, you're going to see a lot more of it this fall, and it's just going to get worse and worse with the American people saying, listen, we got all y'all up there and you don't do anything to straighten it out. We won't close borders.
That's because elected officials don't have power. We have a Führer now. If you're not blindly loyal to the Führer, you will not have any power.
And we want fair elections. Those two things they are demanding. And as Republicans,
And also, this fucking decrepit piece of shit looks like he's already dead.
we had better to listen to them and do that, or we're going to lose next fall.
A lot of states, don't even have an ID picture. And by the way...
Look at that fucking nussy. Look at that fucking nussy, bro. This is why we say here, one of the Valenti Video's doctrines is we don't need term limits. We need nussy limits, right? And your term ends when I can yank your nussy down enough to fit my entire fucking hand in there. If your nussy is that long, you are too decrepit to be a fucking elected official.
I vote in the
Or even just to have a fucking job as on Fox News.
state of Connecticut. You don't need an ID. You don't need a picture. You could show them a credit card, Senator. Anybody can get a credit card, any kind of credit card.
Yeah, but you have to dude, I live in New York. We don't have voter ID. You have to give them proof of who you are, which could be your ID if you fucking have it, or a credit card. You have to have an address that you are linked to, and you have to match your fucking signature to the signature on file. So you're telling me that an undocumented immigrant is risking their entire existence, right, by going to the voting booth and going, hola, soy Chris Valenti, right? And then when they say, where do you have any sort of proof? They also happen to have stolen my credit card. There's their proof. Then they have to know my address. Then they have to have memorized my exact signature to be a fucking match to what they have on file. That's what you're claiming is happening in the tens of thousands? That's what you're fucking claiming is happening? Nah, if you believe that's happening, you're a fucking retard.
You could show them a debit card, and that's sufficient. Many states let driver's licenses. Well, anybody can get a driver's license. Some states are allowing illegals to get driver's licenses for commercial purposes. So the SAVE Act would eliminate that stuff. It's very important, but you got to make the case. I don't hear many people making the case. And
He's also, Trump isn't even talking about the SAVE Act. He's talking about having ICE watch the fucking polls. All right. Listen, that's all I got for you for that video. I'm making another video immediately after. It's going to be mostly about the Epstein files regarding cloning babies and eating them. I'm not kidding about any of that. It is some of the most fucking heinous shit I've ever seen. But we're going to be talking about that in length. If you're here live, you stay. We got to do that. If you're watching this pre-recorded, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. It costs you nothing, helps me immensely. And do me one last favor, click that video right over there. It's a banger. And I know bangers. All right, that's a pretty good one. Let's get this uploaded. Let's get this uploaded. These people are pissing me off. They're not people, brother. They are not people. All right, who's got my thumbie? Oh, wait, I got my thumbie right here. Episode 373. Starmer in the files. What do we got here? To whom it may concern, please find attached documentation regarding J. So what is this, from Epstein or some shit? Keir Starmer, if you or the government in any way help obstruct justice, that will be added in my case against you. Everyone, including you, Rupert Murdoch, is to give information over. More documents to follow. Oh, so this is why he's resigning. This is why he's resigning. Title. Okay, so this is going to be "20 more concentration camps are being built in the U.S." Oh, why is it caps? Hold on. 20 more concentration camps are being built in the U.S. Trump approves construction of 20 of concentration camps for dissidents of the regime. Concentration camps. No more elections. Give me your guns. Welcome to Trump's America. Welcome to Trumpistan. Thank you for the $5. Thanks for becoming a loyalist, Trent. Do you think Trump is worse than Hitler? Not yet. He will be. Why do I feel so helpless? Because you're American. Thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. Appreciate that. So Donald Trump is... All right, that's good to go. Let's make a quick advertisement. Okay. So Trump approved the construction of 20 more concentration camps scattered across the United States of America. There is a concentration camp in your state. I guarantee that. We've also been doing this for quite a long time, except this time they're going to be rounding up dissidents of the regime. So that means anybody who is not a Republican. That also means any and all brown and black people, any and all LGBTQ people, you are all being thrown in a concentration camp. We are all being thrown in a concentration camp, according to Donald. Other than that, he says it's time to move on from the Epstein files, that the Epstein files don't fucking matter. He says that ICE is going to be surrounding the voting booths on election day during the midterm elections. This is because Donald Trump is trying to rig the election because he's a fascist dog bitch who does not believe in democracy whatsoever. A whole lot of crazy shit in my most recent YouTube video. We talk about Mike Johnson, who's just the best fucking boy. He's a fucking Keebler elf for fascism. Goddamn baby back bitch, you're a fucking fleshlight. We have a lot to talk about. I have it uploaded on my most recent video. I'm making another video right now that is going to be talking about the Epstein files, that is in reference to cannibalism and cloning babies. Not kidding at all. We have multiple files released by the DOJ that is talking about successful cloning operations for babies. And you can assume what they were doing to those fucking babies. Friendly reminder that all conservatives get jealous when they read the Epstein files. They don't get angry, and it's because all conservatives are pedophiles. There we go. Let's get that uploaded on YouTube. An ICE concentration camp in Pennsylvania is very close to where the Declaration of Independence was signed. Yeah, I think it's like 30 minutes away from it. Do you think the American Civil War is going to look like specifically factions or organizations? I really don't know. I do know it will not be organized. Americans are really bad at organizing, so it'll probably just be fucking chaos, guerrilla warfare style. Okay, new episode of the Valenti VOD. Fuck, I forgot to put related video to it. Shit. Edit. I have to wait for it to upload, then I can do that. That's annoying. Ryan Ruth has been sentenced to life in prison for attempting to assassinate President Donald J. Trump in a Florida golf course in September of 2024. Yeah, I mean, I fully expect that. I fully expect that. What do you think? They're going to let you walk away scot-free for that shit? I'll get Mao and a Belichick once I get this done. I got to finish this first. It takes a little bit to upload. Got to give it a sec. Look at Palantir stock. Shit. I wonder why. I wonder why. %. Once that's uploaded, I can edit it. Can I edit it now? Edit. No. It's got to be uploaded first. All right, there we go. That's uploaded. Edit. Related video. That one. Save. All right, now let's get that uploaded on Instagram, and then we're good to go. New episode of the Valenti VOD. How are you, Chris? I am good. Who are we, Chris? We are Charlie Kirk. We carry the flame. We fight for the gospel and honor his name. We are Charlie Kirk. We love that. We love that. We love that. All right, that's uploaded. That's uploaded. There we go, which means that I can click this. Get Mao Zedong on the wall and hit you with a little palate cleanser. Una mattina mi sono alzato, un bello ciao, bello ciao, bello ciao, ciao, ciao. Una mattina mi sono alzato e ho trovato l'invasor. Oh partigiano, portami via. Un bello ciao, bello ciao, bello ciao, ciao, ciao. Partigiano, portami via, che mi sento di morir. What a fucking song. That song is going to be played at my fucking funeral. I can guarantee that. All right, it's time to start aligning links for the second video. Embryo editing technique similar to cloning. My sister and I introduced the Charlie Kirk song to our mom by singing it. She was so insulted until I told her it was made by her side. That's so fucking funny. Please shut up. Oh no, did I trigger a vermin? Oh no, Christopher Antonio Garcia, did I trigger you by accident, you little snowflake? Are you gonna cry now? You don't like it when people express their First Amendment rights because it makes you feel bad, because you love Donald, and when somebody makes Donald feel bad, it makes you feel bad? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. I think we're good. I think we got some stuff here. Don't tell Chris. What's going on? Is the censorship on TikTok so bad? Oh yeah, that app is dead and gone. Anyone still on that app is just like a fucking loser. Except for Shag. She can do it. No one else though. Prediction of how this will all end? Fire and brimstone, sweetheart. Fire and brimstone. All right. All right. You guys ready to lock in and make a second video? You guys ready? You guys ready? Here we go. Epstein and the rest of the pedophile cabal were trying to clone babies, and they were also cannibals. Also, Donald Trump met Melania through Jeffrey Epstein, which is why I firmly believe that Melania is a foreign agent. We already know that she fucking hates him. They are not a happy couple. They're both fake-ass fucking Christians, as we know. What else? We've got stuff with a secret tunnel system that was beneath the pedophile island. Yeah, we have a lot to talk about. I want you to understand that most of what I'm going to show you is from the Justice Department, just like right here where it says justice.gov. This is not conspiracy theory. This is just fact, and it is going to shake you to your core. But the unfortunate reality is that you do, in fact, live among monsters. You live among some of the most heinous and disgusting beings that have ever existed in human history. And it is because of the technological advancements that we have now. We're going to dive right into these Epstein Files releases regarding cloning and cannibalism. And as we do it, I would like to remind you, my name is Chris Valenti. This is the Valenti VOD. This is real independent media. This entire operation is completely grassroots funded by you, the viewer. I'll never do an ad read. I have zero sponsors. I've never had a conversation with an advertiser or a billionaire or a government or any of that shit, right? So if you do want to help support this channel financially, there's a couple of ways you could do it. You could buy merch like the posters behind me or the Constitusi mugs or the No But You Don't Understand merch. It's all down below. You can click the thanks button to donate to me directly. You can click the join button to become a member for $5, and you can become a patron on Patreon. Thank you very much for 143,000 subs, and a massive shout out to anybody who has ever donated a single dollar to the channel. You guys are the reason why we can keep on doing this, and at the end of the day, I am just a megaphone for you, the people. All right. So, first thing we're going to talk about here is cloning. This is the Justice Department. This is the file number. If you want to read this yourself, this is from the latest batch of the Epstein releases. So again, this is an email chain, so you have to read it from bottom up. It's not because of Mossad and the Hebrew language. So it starts off with this. Unbelievable. All right, so this is from somebody named Brian Bishop to Jeffrey Epstein, and it says, attached is the document you requested. It's the, quote, use of funds spreadsheet for the designer baby and human cloning company. Next steps, I am happy to hop on another call, or I could take a trip to meet you in person. And then Jeffrey responds with, I am back. I met Simon Black in Lithuania. Let's schedule a call. I can discuss any questions or concerns you may have. Oh, wait, no, sorry. Epstein says, okay, I am back in the U.S. on Tuesday, back in action on Wednesday, and then Brian Bishop says. So they're literally talking about baby and human cloning here, and that's probably because they are raping these babies. We have another one here. This is to Barnaby Marsh from Jeffrey Epstein. Should we build a mind reader? It would use de-encryption, new understandings of the brain. Can we involve the NYACAD of Sciences in one of our projects? I think it would be good for you as well of them. They have become ossified. Should we do a project on tissue regeneration, cloning? I'm excited to accompany you as a voyeur of Mandarin's adventure. I don't know what the fuck that last part means. And then we have another one here. From the bottom up, bullshit here, but it starts with, from Jeffrey Epstein to Richard Merkin, have not heard from you. From Jeffrey Epstein to Richard Merkin, when do I see you? And then here, listen to this. So this is Richard Merkin writes, going to my April 4th too busy phase, giving 4 talks on for topics for the next week or so, including the Milken Global Conference, and then trying to respond to Obamacare and its needs. CMS notified us that we and what other group unnamed were responsible for saving CMS 41% of their savings in their demonstration project. They had chosen the top 30 groups in the country for this. Most were large hospital systems. I need some fun. I'm getting it today. A 1-day respite. And then thank you for the $10 and thank you for the $50. I appreciate you guys. And then Epstein responds. He says, when do I see you? And then Epstein sends him another email. It says, where are you? Any cloning updates? So now I'm starting to think that even if fucking Epstein did die, I think he's alive still. I think one of his clones might still be alive. Like, they downloaded his fucking consciousness into a goddamn clone. Also, don't get me wrong. I know I sound fucking insane, but we live in an insane world, okay? More here for you. From Brian Bishop to Jeffrey Epstein. Subject, Chinese edited embryos are mosaic. I am sure you have seen the news. Short version of the core technical problem. There's high mosaicism because of their technique, meaning only a low percentage of cells in the body have any of the modifications. My team have been working on a new technique which does not involve stem cells in the tests. Instead, it's an embryo editing technique more similar to cloning, which does not require an injection to the biodata. The idea hit us like a bolt of lightning, so we're moving along that direction. Meanwhile, our overseas lab has reported some mouse test transfection results. They are observing maybe 5% transfection efficiency, which might be enough. Further testing is ongoing, but ultimately this method is inferior to our new embryo modification technique. So this ties into the whole like transhumanism that Peter Thiel has always been obsessed with, right? And I do have something queued up for you regarding Peter Thiel. Check this out. Lunch with Peter Thiel on Sunday. Jeffrey will be having lunch with Peter Thiel on Sunday. Time not yet set. If you don't know who Peter Thiel is, I want to give you a quick reminder of who he is. This is an interview with him that came about a while ago. It's about 3.5 minutes we're going to watch here, but this is him incapable of answering the question, should humanity prevail? That's because Peter Thiel is actually a demon from hell. I'm just kidding. I'm not stupid enough to believe in the Christian fucking Bible. But if demons in hell did exist, that would be Peter fucking Thiel and Jeffrey Epstein. By the way, Peter Thiel also owns J.D. Vance. I mean that. He actually owns the rights to James Donald Bowman. That's what J.D. Vance's real name is. He's changed his name multiple times because he has a dark past that he's trying to hide. Also, J.D. Vance's mother traded him for a bunch of fucking pills. Best goddamn trade you ever could have made, bitch. But Peter Thiel funded J.D. Vance's entire political career, and now Peter Thiel is one of the shadow presidents alongside Stephen Miller and Russ Vought.
You would prefer the human race to endure, right? You're hesitating.
Yeah, well,
yes?
I don't know.
Immediately should be thrown into a slave labor camp just for that fucking hesitation.
I would,
this is a long hesitation. This is a long hesitation.
There's so many questions implicit in
Should
this.
the human race survive?
Yes.
Okay.
Took him 19 seconds to say yes to the question of should the human race survive? Brother, we have gas chambers. We have gas chambers.
But I also would I also would like us to radically.
I also think this is not a human. I'm not even kidding. I don't think that this is a human. I think that's part of the reason why it took him so long to hesitate. Call me fucking crazy. I'm not kidding. I do believe that like reptilian shapeshifters live among us, and I think that this is one of them. His skin doesn't look right. It's constantly oily. His eyes are dark and sunken. I don't think this is a human being.
Solve these problems,
right.
And so it's always transhumanism.
Okay, real quick. If you believe in transhumanism, I think you're a fucking piece of shit. I fucking hate you. Okay? Now, I'm not talking about getting a fucking leg replacement for a soldier who steps on an IED. I'm not talking about getting a fucking new eye. I'm talking about merging man with machine and downloading this fucking Neuralink bullshit. If you support that, I hope you fucking drink a cup of piss every morning for fucking breakfast.
This, the ideal was this radical transformation where your human natural body gets transformed into an immortal body.
That's the shit I'm talking about. If you support that, I genuinely want to enslave you.
And there's a critique.
The only fucking transhumanism I support are my transhuman allies. We love you.
Of, let's say, the trans people in a sexual context, or I don't know, transvestite is someone who changes their clothes and cross dresses, and a transsexual is someone where you change your, I don't know, penis into a vagina, and we can then debate how well those surgeries work. But we want more transformation than that. The critique is not that it's weird and unnatural. It's, man, it's so pathetically little. And okay, we want more than cross-dressing or changing your sex organs. We want you to be able to change your heart.
That's not transhumanism. We already have heart transplants, bro.
Change your mind.
We already have SSRIs, bro. Just say what you fucking mean.
And change your whole body.
Change your whole body. A little bit reptilian of you to say that, Peter. Which body is this? Number 8 or number 9? How long have you been around, you fuck?
And then Orthodox Christianity, by the way, the critique Orthodox Christianity has of this is these things don't go far enough.
Oh,
like that transhumanism is just changing your body, but you also need to transform your soul, and you need to transform your whole self. And so,
right, but the other
where,
wait, sorry.
This guy's gay, by the way. He has a husband, which again I have no problem with. But it's like, bro, you're on the side of the Nazis.
I generally agree with what I think is your belief that religion should be a friend to science, and
no, it shouldn't. Religion directly stands in the way of science. Religion should be fucking abolished.
Ideas of scientific progress. I think any idea of divine providence has to encompass the fact that we have progressed and achieved and done things that would have been unimaginable to our ancestors. But it still also seems like, yeah, the promise of Christianity in the end is you get the perfected body and the perfected soul through God's grace. And the person who tries to do it on their own with a bunch of machines is likely to end up as a dystopian character.
Well, it's... Let's articulate this.
And you can have a heretical form of Christianity, right?
Christianity is already heretical in its entirety.
Says something else.
I don't know. I think the word nature does not occur once in the Old Testament, and so if you
yeah, I bet you fucking wrote it too, you goddamn lizard. You fucking gecko-eyed cocksucker with Dumbo ears.
There is a word in which, a sense in which, the way I understand, the Judeo-Christian inspiration is, it is about transcending nature. It is about overcoming things.
That's just what the human experience is, motherfucker. Look at what we're doing right now. Do you think any of this is natural? I'm sitting in a box inside of a building on a I'm talking to a lens. There's people right here. That's what being a human is beating nature, okay? We have nothing other than our fucking brains. We don't have claws. We don't have fangs. We could barely fucking run. We're so fucking weak. We're a pathetic, fat-bodied, useless fucking creature except for our brain. And our brain allows us to build cities and to build inventions and to beat the nature that wants us dead. That has nothing to do with Judeo-Christian fucking values.
And, and the closest thing you can say to nature is that people are fallen, and that's the natural thing in a Christian sense, is that you're messed up. And that's true. But, there's some ways that, with God's help, you are supposed to transcend that and overcome.
You think you're God. He says, with God's help, you're supposed to transcend that. He thinks he's God. He's talking about him. He's like, no, well, with God's help, we can transcend it. I am God, and we can merge with machine. I am God. That is what this fucking guy believes.
That.
Fucking disgusting. All right, so again, I wanted to talk about the cannibalism here. This is a 21-year-old model named Gabriela Rico Jimenez. She attended an elite party and then disappeared forever after that night, and this clip was revealed. Now, this ties into the stuff that we covered the other day, which was, well, the Epstein class are all cannibals. There was the worst picture I've ever seen in my entire life of a dead child, tied up like a roast chicken next to 2 raw chickens ready to be roasted. There was an email where it talked about how they like to dip penises in soy sauce because it helps boost their libido. Like, all of that QAnon conspiracy bullshit about them eating babies and drinking blood, it's real. The main issue is that the QAnon retards then voted for the cannibal pedophile cabal. Literally put them into fucking power in the United States of America. Get a look at this clip. And then she went missing, and she has never been seen again. All right, here's one email from the Epstein files. Here's the file document. File document's always going to be there if you want to see it on your own. From Jeffrey Epstein to blank. Redacted. They redacted the name of who he sent this email to. Do you want me to try to do her or just torture her? Now, this can be taken in 2 different ways. Do you want me to try to rape her? Or do you want me to, like, what I think this is do you want me to kill her or just torture her? That's what that is. And they will not let us know who he sent this to because the entire government is involved. Another email from Jeffrey Epstein to Andres Serrano. 1, Madonna on the way. 2, instead of a torture photo, maybe a portrait of me instead. 3, presentation of Trumpville. So instead of Trumpville, they decided to make Trump Gaza. That's what, what's his fuck, the little bitch boy, his son-in-law, Jared Kushner, is creating. Trumpville is actually being put in Gaza. They are finishing the extermination. They are literally putting the last surviving members of the Palestinians into death camps while they build beachfront properties and casinos in Gaza. Another email from Jeffrey Epstein to Shaher, and then they redact the fucking name. Of course they redact the fucking name. Requirements. 1, both sides need to feel no hope to win. 2, they need to be exhausted. 3, graduality, dynamic change over time. 4, declare a ceasefire, though it will be broken many times. 5, face savings for both sides. Bodies buried, both sides. Saudis, what does it mean to win? Who do you think this is about? Israel. Palestine. That's what this is about. Jeffrey Epstein was orchestrating this entire planet. Every geopolitical action that has ever happened since his birth, I believe he had a fucking hand in, including the genocide in Gaza. Because, as we know, Jeffrey Epstein worked for Mossad. This is him literally orchestrating what we are living through right now. More. This is from Sarah Kay to Rich Barnett. Hi, Rich. Jeffrey is asking if you can FedEx the painting he had made of the massacre of the innocents to the ranch. It's the large 9x9 canvas that we had rolled out for him to see in the entryway where they are killing babies. He wants to use it on the ranch and is hoping you could FedEx it to arrive by Wednesday. Thanks, Sarah. I don't have the words. I don't have the words. What do you say to this? What can you even say to this other than, like, we need to round up all of these people and, well, no, they still have bodies. They still have muscle. They should all be enslaved. They should all be enslaved. I'm not kidding. Get angry at me. I don't give a fuck anymore. This here is a document with Jaredian Design Group that is talking about an underground tunnel system beneath Little St. James Island. It should be pointed out, though, that one of the spaces we measured in the tunnel building, described as a storage room, did not appear to have much use other than that of a microwave in it. This is a significant area, as the existing space is approximately 1,200 square feet. I understand that the space may or may not be needed to relocate along the workshops. If this is so, then obviously the replacement building can be made significantly smaller with the potential of being able to fit where the Coconut Grove is. So, there's a tunnel system under the island. There's a tunnel system under the island. I want to know what's in the fucking tunnels. I want to know what was going on in the tunnels. I want to know, was that tunnel system used for Jeffrey Epstein's secret escape? Is Jeffrey Epstein dead? I want to know all of this. Granted, I will never get to know all of this because the United States government has fallen to a fascist death cult that worships a billionaire pedophile cannibal named Donald fucking Trump. Another thing that came out in the Epstein files, it is now confirmed that Jeffrey Epstein is the one who introduced Melania to Donald Trump. I'm not going to subscribe to read this, but it is in the Epstein files that an unnamed woman, a former model who worked for Epstein as an assistant, introduced Melania to Donald fucking Trump. And friendly reminder that the first time Donald fucked Melania was on the Lolita Express, the pedophile plane, on their way to Pedophile Island. Gang. There's a billionaire pedophile cabal that controls the entire planet. I don't know how else to get that across. You've been hearing this for 15, 20 years from the biggest psychopaths you ever met. Turns out they were a little bit right. They were wrong about who was running the cabal, but they were right about the cabal in and of itself. Oh, and a friendly reminder, Trump now owns the Lolita Express, Jeffrey Epstein's private plane. Great. We need to round up all of these fucking people. They need to be rounded up and, well, I can't say that, so I won't. But just know, I'm thinking it. Anyway, this has been the Valenti VOD. Thank you very much for tuning in. If you're watching this live, you stay. If you're watching this pre-recorded on YouTube, always remember you can watch the second video of the day right when it's filmed if you are a member of the channel. Okay, other than that, it becomes available to the public at 7 o'clock p.m. Thank you very much. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Do not forget to breathe. You have to breathe. You have to go outside. You need the sun to hit your fucking face. You got to wiggle your toes in the grass. I know there's snow everywhere. You have to enjoy this life because this world may be cruel, but it is also fucking beautiful. Go listen to the cicadas. Go listen to the birds. Go do something for you. Unplug from this shit and just do something for you. Okay? I mean, I got to remind myself to do it. All right, guys. If you're here live, you stay. Pre-recorded, do me one last favor. Click that video over there. It's a banger, and I know bangers. Okay. Oh, you bringing me your string? Hi, buddy. You're bringing me the string? Oh, I'll play with you soon. I just got to finish up the stream. You want to say hi, Bean? Want to say hi? Hi, everybody. Hi. Bring Bean. Come here. Arr. You're a big baby. You're just a big baby. Where did the Bean's name come from? From these. His little beans. Oh, okay. Oh, now I'm covered in cat fur. It's okay, I have one of those rollers. Let's get this uploaded. Yo, Dead Siren, can you do me a favor? Can you swap this one out because that's the exact same one from this? I just need a different one. Anything. You do me that favor and then we're good. What should we title this? Epstein was cloning babies. Cloning? Hold on. Any cloning updates? Thank you for the $50. Holy shit. I liked the live like half an hour before and I looked and it's not liked. Are they deleting likes as well as notifications? Who knows? Any cloning updates? Jeffrey Epstein was cloning and eating babies. They have clones. Yeah, what's Jeffrey Epstein gonna do? Sue me? Like, come on. $20. Having huskies. I normally tell anyone who comes into contact they will be leaving with a complimentary husky butt because of all the fur. Yes, I vacuum at least twice a day. Yeah, no, it's also just because Beans is black, so like his fur is very noticeable, you know. Bean. Hi. $5. Volunteer. If we ever charge a billionaires for their crimes, can we make them pay us reparations? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah. We're all getting fat fucking checks. Realistically, though, no. What we do is we take the billionaires, we drain their bank accounts, we use that money to create the social safety nets and to create universal health care and universal child care and free college and all that. And then we put what is it? Not a minimum wage, but like a maximum wage, where it's like every penny you make after $999 million, it is 100% taxed. Before that, it's still like 80 to 90% taxed, you know? I have to look up your name just to see your videos. It is suppressed. What do you want from me, guys? I know this. And you know how I get rid of that? I stop being so critical of Trump. I glaze Trump. If I glaze Trump, then yeah, I'll be featured. If I glaze Trump, yeah, no, I'll make more money. I'll make so much more money. Are you kidding? But I won't do that. A lot of people will. A lot of your favorite libtards will fucking do that because they're literally in this for the money. I think you know who I'm talking about. But I won't do that. I will never do that. I like dick. Anyway, Siren, let me know when that is updated. Let me know when that's updated, Siren. I also don't even see it anymore. Done? Could you send it over? Because now all I'm seeing is this. If I refresh it, maybe. Oh, there it is. Thank you. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Episode 374. Thank you for the 279. What that guy said for me also. Thank you very much. Thank you for the $5. I like that positive ending. Thank you. This stuff really bums me out in an existential way. I know, man. I know how heavy this stuff is. But you have two options, which is ignore it or embrace it. I refuse to ignore it, so I will embrace it. But it's almost like drinking a bunch of alcohol and trying not to get drunk. We're gonna drink the alcohol by learning about this shit, but then you gotta counteract that shit with a lot of water. And that water is life. That water is going outside. That water is spending time with your friends and your loved ones and reading a book you really like and playing a video game. You cannot do this all day, because the people who do this all day are Donald, Stephen Miller, Pete Hegseth, Kristi Noem. That's what happens to you when you do this all fucking day. It's really, it will kill you. It will fucking kill you. All right, schedule from members only to public. Today at 7:00 p.m. Local. Do kids appear in this video? No. Should be asking that for Jeffrey. Someone just goes, I'm Florida sober. Perks and weed are good. I know Cali sober, but Florida, that's not sober. Perks make you not sober. Dude, Florida man is so fucked up, man. You Florida men are so fucked up. Epstein and the rest of the pedophile. The Gestapo is approaching closer to our city. Be safe out there, Chris. Yeah, I know. They're in Jersey. By our city, I'm assuming you're talking about New York. Yeah, they're in Jersey. They're also in the outer boroughs, bro. They're operating in the outer boroughs right now. But when they hit Manhattan, it's going to be a fucking clusterfuck. It's going to be a shit show. Like, I don't understand what ICE thinks they're going to do. What are you going to do when you come across a 100-story building with 15,000 people who live in it? What are you going to do? Go door to door? I know what you're actually going to do. You're going to pull the fire alarm. You're going to pull the fire alarm and get them out. That's what you're going to fucking do. Cocksuckers. We got a palate cleanser. Oh, I love a good palate cleanser. What do we got? Thank you for the, oh, it says you are amazing. How did you even do that? Thank you. I appreciate that. And then $100. One more thing. I'm not from the U.S., so you could clarify one thing. When you vote, is it registered for who you fucking vote for? In my country, yes, you have to show your ID when getting a ballot, but the vote is anonymous. No, so it depends on what state you're in, right? I live in New York, so when I go to vote, I show up, and maybe I'll pull out my ID, and they'll say, we don't need your ID. We do not need your ID. We need to know your name, your address, and we need your signature to match the signature we have on file from when you registered to vote, right? So I'll say to them, I'm Chris Valenti, this is my address, and they'll pull it up, and they'll say, could you sign? You sign, and then they compare the two signatures, and they go, and then you're good to vote. You have to have registered to vote. Right? Now, when you register to vote, you have to register as either a Republican or a Democrat or an independent. But that doesn't mean you, like, I could register as a Democrat and then vote for Donald Trump. You could register as a Republican and then vote for Kamala Harris. You know what I'm saying? But it's just for like numbers' sake. They want to know who is a registered Democrat, who is a registered Republican. You know what I'm saying? I hope that answers your question. If you have any other questions, let me know. Thank you for the $20. I appreciate that. All right, so what do we got here? This is a Valenti out of context. Let me refresh it. Ready to make some propaganda? I don't think anybody should take us seriously. Show me my eyes! Bet your wife is getting dicked down by some big black migrant right now. You were pregnant before you got married, you fucking harlot. Democrat politicians, take notes. Give us something to work with. Do you hate America? Face down with some fucking douchebag in a frog costume.
Wanna go make out in the next one?
Fuck off. What? Banger. He looks like a fucking Oompa Loompa. Why have we not weaponized gooning? That's a man who craves cock. Drill into my ass, Putin. Oh, that's you know. Can't believe I just did that. Going to electrocute her now. I want the Gooners to power the electrical grid with their gooning. Probably Israel trying to figure out how Hassan zapped his dog. Goodbye! Did you see him disappear? That's the Crimson Chin. This is super autism. And this guy looks like he fucks geese. Are you guys ready to make some propaganda? Dude, out of context Valenti is so funny. Do you have more out of context Valenti? What is this? Is this just my Instagram story? This is just my Instagram story. Who's gonna be the first one here? Who's gonna be the first one here? Lady Juke Monarch, 27. First person here. Congratulations. You win fuck all and diddly shit. Oh, lordy, 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 lordy. And any other out of context ones?
Shout out to Chris. Everybody go check out Chris Valenti's videos.
Dude, you put me and Kyle in a room and we'll find a way for two men to make a baby.
He has the Kyle seal of approval.
Been shipping, boys. Dangerous people on planet Earth are parents. About me? What do you think about me? Orphans are crunchy. You make a brief and meaningful stiffy. Power of a hungry child. It'll really skin you and fry you. That fucked Brit. 50,000 people used to live here. Now it's a ghost town. It's my fucking dark Commander Kalinsky. That's a dark woke Commander Kalinsky. That's my boy. That's my boy. That's my son. Actually, no, that's my father. I'm his son. That's my father. That is the father of dark wokeness. You know how to play balloons? You think I could solve a Rubik's Cube? Are you out of your fucking mind? I'm dumber than a box of rocks. I don't know how to play balloons. That's from Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. I don't know how to play that fucking game. Alright, fuck you.
Shout out to Chris.
Dude, the out of context shit is so goddamn fucking funny. Valenti Simp, you be going hard in the motherfucking paint. You be going hard in the motherfucking paint. What does the dose means? Oh, so bro, these are such fucking bangers, bro. You make such fucking bangers, dude. Loving Hassan? No, I love Hassan. He created me. He literally pulled me out of the alt-right pipeline. So, no, it's not a joke. I fucking love Hassan Piker. I think he's one of the most important voices out there right now. I really do think Hassan Piker is one of the most important voices in the political sphere right now because he offers at least an alternative to the alt-right pipeline that isn't like a fucking 45-year-old guy, you know? Like, I love Sam Cedar, but he's disconnected from the youth. He's very old, you know? Alt-right? Yeah, dude, this is the same thing that happens with almost every young American white Christian. Oh, Valenti Simp will be in the cabinet. He will be the propaganda minister. Are you kidding me? Valenti Simp will be the propaganda minister. He'll make banger propaganda. If you gave Valenti Simp $10 million and said, make some good propaganda, it would be unmatched. It would be Goebbels level shit, dude. The best propaganda. What job do I get? I don't know. Maybe Secretary of Education. That's what I'll give you. I'll give you a Secretary of Education. I'm literally the propaganda minister of the server. I'll be your general in the army. We're not going to have an army. No need. We're going to have a giant gun in the sky with a bullet bigger than the moon. And it will be aimed at the planet. And I will make a statement to the entire planet and I'll say, if anybody pisses me off in any way, shape, or form, if I even have a bad fucking day, I'm ending it. ending it. I mean, you might not even have to do anything. I could just wake up and be in a bad mood, and I'll just do it. Like, just a giant fucking revolver. Just a giant revolver. With a bullet the size of the moon. I also love here is your free speech is not impeded like most streams. Ban that person, just for shits and giggles. I'm kidding, don't ban them. Put them in the corner for 60 seconds. Just because I want you to, like, understand. Just because I want you to understand that your rights mean nothing. Put him in the corner for 60 seconds. Oh, Jesus. All right. What is your take on the Iran threats? Oh, we're going to bomb Iran. We're currently in the process of manufacturing consent for said bombing. We'll probably do it before Valentine's Day. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we did it today, you know? But yeah, no, we're going to bomb the fuck out of Iran. It's going to be terrible. I'm in Nebraska and the Wi-Fi is ticking me off. Can you fix that? Yeah. There you go. Should be good now. No more Wi-Fi issues. I gotta sneeze. Oh my god, I farted. I farted when I sneezed. Bless you? What are you, a bunch of fucking Christians? A bunch of fucking Christians is what you are. I snarted. I snarted. There's more than one God, Chris? Yeah, there's none. I'm just kidding. I'm polytheistic. I believe that there are beings who are far, far more superior than humans. But I do not believe they are gods. How serious are you in the moment about running for office? No, I'm going to run for office. I just have to be old enough. You got to be 35 according to the Constitution. I'm 28, bro. Were you always a leftist? No, dude. I was falling down the alt-right pipeline when I was like 15, 16 years old. Steven Crowder, Charlie Kirk, Ben Shapiro, all that. But then I discovered Hassan Piker because they kept on bringing up Hassan Piker. They kept on talking about how much of a piece of shit Hassan Piker is. And I was like, I got to see this. So I started watching Hassan. And then I'm like, this guy's awesome. What the fuck? And then I started to hear him talk about them, and I started to realize that what they were saying about Hassan was wrong. It was lies. But what Hassan was saying about them was correct. And then suddenly everything started to click, and then I realized, wait, why the fuck should I like hate anybody? There's no need to hate anybody other than those who live on hatred, who use hatred as fuel. Israeli warplanes headed to Iran right now. Really? Let's see. Where are you getting this from? I'm looking it up. What's your source?
Sir, permission to leave the station.
For what purpose, Master Chief?
To give the Covenant back their bomb.
Permission granted.
Mr. President, how was your meeting with Xi Jinping? It was fine. Start testing the nukes immediately.
I know what you're thinking, and it's crazy.
So, stay here.
Unfortunately for us both, I like crazy.
Homeland Security is in your phone. Activated your microphone.
I'm a douchebag from New York, and this is real independent media. I fucking hate fascists, if you...
Just one question. What if you miss?
I won't.
ICE agent who has ever volunteered for the force. Every single ICE agent is an inferior vermin that does not deserve the same rights that you have. No! Not Kyle! Donald Trump will invoke the Insurrection Act of 1807 on October 18th, 2025 during the No King's Day protest. It will be the largest protest in American history. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar.
He flew pretty good.
Chief, get inside. Gear up. We're taking this fight to the surface.
We're taking the fight to Canada! Dude, I swear to God, like, if you deport me, you can just do the whole fascism thing, like, full throttle. Like, you get, like, I am the wall. I am the shield that protects the weak. I am holding the line. You get rid of me, it's over, bro. It's fucking over. You're all cooked. You're all fucking cooked. Oh, Jesus. That's hilarious. If you deport Valenti, you deport us all. Now, that's a certified fucking banger. That's a certified banger. It's not just you? Yeah, no shit, dude. I'm joking. It's a joke, bro. Alright. Alright. I gotta end the stream. I gotta get some protein in me. I gotta relax. I gotta tone down, you know? I love you guys. The Italian tank. I'm pretty sure all Italians are tanks. You know? It just kind of comes with it. All right, I'm out of here, guys. GG's. Thank you very much. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, tell your friends about me, share the videos, donate, do everything you got to do. I appreciate you all. Have a good one. Later.